Hello, GMS here, and today I'm going to teach you how to significantly reduce the space used up by your songs folder in Clone Hero. Before continuing, this is only going to be available to people who are playing on the public test build version of the game, which you can get from the Clone Hero Discord server, accepting the PTB tester role, and then you can download the launcher which lets you install the public test build. If you play on version 23, or if you like to switch between version 23 and the public test build, this will not work for you. So with that being said, what's the big deal here? How does this work? Well, the big change here is the Opus file format, which is a relatively new audio file format that is significantly better at compressing audio without a significant loss in quality compared to the usual audio formats. In Clone Hero Customs, this would be the OGG file format. So we're going to run a script to convert all of the audio files in our folder. This will significantly reduce the amount of space taken up. In testing, this tends to reduce the file size by about 2/3 on average. So what do you need? Well, you're going to need first to install Python. If you're on Windows, you go to python.org, which will be a link to in the description. You go to Downloads, you click Download Python 3. Whatever the most recent version of Python 3 is at the time, and then you run the installer. If you are on Mac or Linux, you'll probably want to install it via your package manager if Python 3 is not already installed in your system. Now, the other thing that you're going to need is this script that I made to run FFmpeg to do all these audio conversions. So you go to this page, which will also be in the description. You go to Releases, and then you want to download compressed-songs.zip. You do not want to download these two because they're of no use to you. So you download this, and then when you're done, you can unzip it, and you'll get these two files. Now, if you are not on Windows, so you're on Mac or Linux, you will also need to install FFmpeg via your package manager so that you can run it on the command line, and in which case, you can delete this. You just need the script file. So with that being said, I am not going to run it on my entire songs folder because this is a bit of an overnight job, but I will run it on Carpal Tunnel Hero 1 Remastered. This takes up 1.43 gigabytes currently. This is straight from the CSC website. I've just unzipped it and done nothing to it. So so the one way you now can get to a command line window is you click that at the top, delete, and then you run cmd. And that'll open up this window. Very convenient. So then you do Python space compress songs.py space, and then in double quotes you put the folder of songs that you wish to compress. So either your entire songs folder if you're doing it for the first time, or if you've downloaded a new set list and just want to do that set list, the folder that you've got that set list song stored in. In this case, I'm just going to do D songs. That's the full path to my songs directory. So then I hit enter, and your CPU usage is going to hit the roof because it's spawning multiple processes of FFmpeg to do lots of these at the same time. So while it's going on, I'll just explain one or two other things. So the primary saving is the conversion from OGG audio to Opus audio. However, there are a few other things that happen. Specifically, any ch.dat, ps.dat, and notes.uf files are deleted because they are of no use to you. They're just sitting there as junk. And also, any album images will be converted from PNG to JPEG if they're not already JPEG, to save space. And if they are bigger than a 500 by 500 box, it will resize so it fits within a 500 by 500 box. This is because the game already shrinks it down to that size when displaying the album, so there's no point in having an album image bigger than that. And one more thing I think is worth mentioning, yes, this does work with online even if you have Opus and they have OGG, because what matters is you have the same chart file, which is not touched, and the audio files are the same length, which again, this will not affect the length of the audio files. I've tried this, so don't worry. And now with that being said, I'll cut back to when this is done. Alright, so it's now done, and you'll know it's done because it will have moved on to the next line in the command prompt. So we can close that now, and this. And we can now look at the file savings. It goes down to 452 megabytes, which, remember, we were starting from 1.43 gigabytes, so that's a saving down to about 31% of the original file size. So, with that said, I hope you enjoy your newfound hard drive space freedom and enjoy.